My beloved infant, only a few minutes are left and I cannot wait any more. Yes, I will now not wait any more, and proper after this cited time period, I'm able to do something very splendid, that you will witness together with your own eyes. My child, you've wept in silence, whose length have risen like incense earlier than me. Right here now the phrases that come not from the mouth of Guy, however from the depths of my everlasting spirit. The moment that every one of Advent is leaned toward is upon you. The time is at hand, and my phrase does no longer go back to me void. I've watched over the moments of your life as a gardener watches over the soft vine, pruning, watering, protecting even when storms got here and the skies withheld their mild. I was by no means absent. Now I say once more, the couple of minutes left are like the final grains in the hourglass, and when they fall what becomes sealed may be revealed. I do no longer talk in riddles to you, my toddler, for you have got sought me no longer with comfort, however together with your complete being. You have stayed unsleeping in the watches of the night. You've got called upon me with a heart that trembled yet believed. Because of this, I now open my mouth to talk. It seems that what I'm able to do subsequent has now not entered into the hearts of guys. It isn't something spoken of for your streets or whispered to your councils. It isn't drawn from books or traced in charts. It comes at once from my throne. I, the Lord of hosts, the one who formed mild out of darkness, will stretch out my hand not as I did before but in a brand new way. Yes, a way no longer seen for the reason that foundation of the arena. You'll witness it along with your very own eyes, and you may keep in mind this present day for all time. The heavens themselves stand in interest, the angelic host who wait my command. The earth groans under the weight of wickedness and the cry of the righteous who lengthy for justice. I've heard each cry. No longer one tear has been wasted. Now not one prayer has been omitted. Even the whisper of your soul on your weakest second reached me. I have tarried, yes, for I'm long-suffering. I've waited that mercy may cowl judgment, that grace might run its route. But now the appointed time draws to its give up. The cup is complete. The scroll is prepared to be unrolled. My voice will thunder across the earth, and what's hidden will be made occur. No wall can withstand what I am approximately to do. No scheme of the enemy can put off it. Put off it. Why? No energy on this planet or in hell can prevent the motion of my hand. My infant, do no longer worry. Although what comes will shake nations and convey down the excessive locations, you are mine. I've engraved your name at the palm of my hand. I have surrounded you with fire that no enemy can penetrate. I'm your ear protectant, your citadel, your garden fantastically superb reward. While others stumble I can uphold you. Whilst many are in dismay I'm able to whisper peace into your soul. There are folks that scoff, who mock my call and deal with my warnings as fairy memories. They say, where is the promise of his coming? All keeps because it continually has. However, they do not recognize that I've reserved this second, that I've restrained myself no longer from weak points, however from mercy. They do not understand that I sit down enthroned above the circle of the earth, that I see the end from the beginning. They do no longer know that the fireplace of my holiness burns with jealous love, and that I will now not allow evil to rule for all time. I come no longer simplest to judge, but to reveal hearts, to uncover reasons, to divide light from darkness, reality from deception. What's masqueraded in falsehood could be unmasked. What changed into exalted may be humbled. What became despised in the eyes of the world, however precious to me, might be exalted. This isn't merely a shift in season, however a divine unveiling. My mild will pierce through each veil. My beloved, keep fast. The hard work pains growth, but what's being birthed will convey unspeakable pleasure. The ache of this hour isn't always the cease, it's far the beginning. I'm not merely coming to rescue. I am coming to reign. I'm no longer merely coming to comfort. I'm coming to confront. I will cope with injustice. I will solution blood with blood. Matt, I will sweep through cities, through palaces, through the hidden dens of the amazing, and I'm able to name to account folks that idea I did no longer see. But in my wrath I recall mercy. In my judgment I will still make bigger my hand to the humble, to the broken-hearted, to folks that tremble at my phrase. Those are those I can collect. Those are the ones I can lift up. These are those who will shine like stars in a crooked perverse technology. And also you, my infant, are among them. Do no longer say on your coronary heart, who am I that God could consider me, for I have watched you whilst none else did. I have listened to you whilst others turned their backs. You're mine. Don't forget the times whilst your power failed, and yet by some means you continued. That became me. When hope regarded remote, but a spark saved flickering inside you, that was me. Whilst no person understood you, but you kept strolling anyway, that was me on foot with you. I've never left you. I'm able to never depart you. What I have begun in you, I can end. And now the completing begins. Appearance to the skies. They'll talk. Appearance to the earth. It'll tremble. Look on your spirit, I will visit you there. My spirit will rest upon you in new measure. You may now not most effective hear me, but you will communicate what you listen. You will not handiest dream, however you'll walk in the truth of what became as soon as only a vision. The time of guidance is ending. The time of manifestation starts evolved. Do not be moved by means of what your eyes see or your ears pay attention in the herbal layer. Many stuff will appearance chaotic, even terrifying. But I tell you again, do not fear. I am not the author of confusion. I'm the commander of heaven's armies. I'm the captain of your soul. After I circulate, it is able to appear sudden, however I have been making plans this from eternity beyond. There are scrolls written about you, my child, books, that angels have guarded to your sake. each moment of your obedience, every act of surrender, each whispered prayer has written some other line in those scrolls. And now am I able to read from them? The earth will respond to what has been written. Doorways will open that no guy can close. Baths will clean that after appeared not possible. Favor will relaxation on you, not due to the fact you saw it, but due to the fact I ordained it. This is the hour while many will fall, however you will upward push. That is the hour whilst many will scatter, however you'll be gathered. I'm able to area you where I have destined from the start. I'm able to align you with those who carry my heart. I will separate you from those who drain your power. This isn't always a punishment. This is safety. You have to walk with people who walk with me. You have to communicate what I give you, no longer what pleases men. You should comply with the hearth, now not the crowd. My liked infant, you aren't forgotten. You are not deserted. You're chosen. Earlier than you were born, I noticed you. Earlier than you spoke, I knew you. And now because the winds rise and the trumpet prepares to sound, I talk without delay in your innermost being. Stand company. Raise your eyes. The King is coming. My glory will cover the earth as the waters cover the sea. My call will be known from the growing of the sun to its placing. Nations will tremble. Kings will bow, but my youngsters will shine. I am accumulating them from every corner of the earth, from the highways and the byways, from palaces and prisons, from deserts and mountain tops. I'm collecting my remnant. You are part of that remnant, my baby. You deliver my perfume. You endure my mark. You walk in a world, not your very own. But you do not walk on my own. My angels encamp round you. My spirit is inside you. My phrase is your sword. My guarantees are your protect. What can Guy do to you? If I'm for you, who can stand in opposition to you? My cherished infant, draw closer to me now, for I have extra to say. And these words come no longer to burden you, but to awaken what I have already planted deep inside your spirit. You have walked through valleys in which the silence was heavy, where prayers felt unanswered, wherein your soul grew weary from ready. But, even then, even especially then, I used to be closer than your breath. The excellent moments for your existence, my toddler, are not usually heralded through signs inside the sky or the sound of thunder. No, frequently they come quietly, almost hidden, wrapped in the folds of normal days. The world may additionally bypass them with the aid of, but I region them with divine precision. I orchestrate them with care, like a grasp composer arranging a final crescendo that takes even the listener by way of marvel. You need to understand this. The fantastic will often arrive no longer in the light of expectation, but inside the shadow of give up. It comes while you least anticipate it, because your coronary heart is in the end postured to receive now, not with striving, however with agree with. Do you remember the days whilst you had been nearly ready to give up, while it appeared the night-time might never wreck. This is while I used to be closest. That is when I accrued your tears in my bottle and recorded every sigh. I in no way turned my face away. The darkness you felt was no longer my absence, however the veil that precedes a new dawn. In those very hours while you concept I used to be a long way away, I was planting the seeds of miracles simply beneath the floor. And now some of those seeds are beginning to interrupt the soil. You see, my toddler desire ought to be tested to come to be unshakable. Trust should be tried to come to be pure. You have got recognized sorrow, however it changed into by no means supposed to crush you, it became meant to form you. Even to your maximum broken moments you have been never out of doors of my hand. I allowed the winds to blow, but they did now not uproot you. I allowed the fire to come, but it did no longer devour you. I allowed the water to upward push, but it did not drown you. You survived due to the fact I held you. And now as you stand at the brink of something new, I whisper once more, do not lose wish. Even when the proof of your eyes contradicts the whisper of my voice, trust me. I do no longer lie. I remember. I do not grow weary. My timing isn't always your timing, however it's far ideal. What I promised I will fulfill. And greater than that, I'm able to exceed what you imagined, due to the fact I am not a God of simply sufficient, I'm the God of overflow, of marvel, of impossibilities made real. There may be moments beforehand so one can astonish you, moments when my glory breaks through in methods that defy explanation. Not due to the fact you earned it, however due to the fact I pleasure in revealing myself to people who accept as true with me when they don't have any seen motive to. Your faith has moved me. Your steadfastness has touched heaven. And now I will reply now not with a whisper, but with power. You ought to understand my baby that I never overlook a single act of agree with. I have seen the times you spoke lifestyles while everything round you became death. I saw you forgive whilst your coronary heart becomes still bleeding. I noticed you choose me over comfort, obedience over applause. These pics had been now not small in my sight. These were the moments whilst heaven stood still and took note. And because you chose the narrow manner, I'm approximately to open to you a wide gate of fashion, of purpose, of the notable. However, consider this too, do now not degree the great by way of the standards of the world. What they applaud I may additionally ignore. What they ignore I frequently crown with glory. The widows would possibly as extra precious in my eyes than the treasures of kings. The whispered prayer of an infant reaches me quicker than the shouts of the proud. My approaches aren't your approaches, so do no longer despise the easy days. Do now not forget the small breakthroughs. They're regularly the seeds of my best works. You inquire from me on occasion, Lord, while? When will you come back through? While will the answer arrive? And that I let you know once more, I'm already transferring. The answer is already in motion. Now and again I paintings behind the scenes, past your sight, because the training need to continue the promise. But when the curtain is pulled again, you will see that I used to be now not handiest operating on the final results. You'll see that I was working on you. You are a part of the miracle. Your transformation is part of my plan. Do no longer lose heart while the world grows darker. The light inside you is greater effective than any shadow. The darker the night time, the brighter your flame will shine. I did not name you to combination in, I called you to stand out. You're a signpost, a vessel, a provider of my glory in a time when many hearts are failing. You are not here by means of twist of fate. You were born for such a time as this. I want you to understand, my infant, that your adventure has now not been useless. Every detour, each delay, every unhappiness I've used in any respect, you have got found out to lean on me, and this is the finest treasure you can own. Any are searching for consolation, success, or popularity. But you've got sought me. You have pursued my presence above my gifts, and for which you are approximately to peer what eyes have no longer visible and ears have not heard. No longer just once, but again and again. The tremendous turns into familiar to you, no longer due to the fact you demanded it, but due to the fact you delighted in me. I am your reward, and I provide myself freely to those who are seeking for me. I can walk with you inside the fireplace. I will whisper to you within the hurricane. I can stand beside you while the earth shakes and the mountains fall apart. Despite the fact that the stars fall and the seas roar, I continue to be. I do no longer trade. My love for you does no longer waver together with your instances. It smiles constant, everlasting, unbreakable. So I say once more, by no means lose hope. No longer whilst doors near, no longer when humans leave, now not whilst your plans fall apart. I am the writer of your story, and I'm no longer completed writing. What looks as if unfinishing is regularly my setup for something extra. I close doorways to open better ones. I do away with people to make room for divine appointments. I shake foundations to put new ones that cannot be moved. Trust me, even if it hurts. Trust me, even when not anything makes feel. Believe me due to the fact I've never failed, and I will not begin now. I'm the identical the day before today, and all the time. My love has never run out. My grace has in no way been exhausted. My mercy is new each morning, now not due to the fact you are perfect, however due to the fact I am. Do not listen to the voice of despair. Do not agree with the lie that it's miles too past due, or that you are too damaged, or that you neglected your second. I do not operate in the limits of human good judgment. I resurrect lifeless goals. I breathe existence into ashes. I name matters that are not as even though they had been. If I'm able to part, seize and lift the lifeless, am I able to no longer restore what you thought turned into lust all the time? Even now am I talking to the dry bones for your life. I am commanding them to live again. Your desire will live once more. Your pleasure will live once more, or your motive will upward thrust again. Do no longer dangle to what turned into a I'm doing something new. Let cross of what you notion it'd seem like. And agree with that what I convey can be some distance better. You may walk into rooms you did not anticipate. You will acquire calls you by no means expected. You will come upon people I've organized only for you. And in every of those moments you will keep in mind those words. And you may say, simply God is with me. You'll see my fingerprints on every detail. Not anything is random with me. I weave all matters together for suitable to folks who love me. And you, my child, are among them. Even whilst you fall, my hand is there. Even while you stumble, I'm able to catch you. I do no longer love you, much less in your weakness. In fact, my electricity is made ideal there. Bring me your screw-ups, your doubts, your questions. I do no longer reject them. I do no longer need you to impress me. I truly need you to stroll with me. To believe that I'm enough, even when nothing else is. Allow me bring the weight. Let me lift the weight. You were no longer made to attempt alone. I'm your shepherd. I lead you beside nevertheless waters. I restore your soul. And while you stroll through the valley of the shadow of death, fear no evil, for I'm with you. My rod and my team of workers will comfort you. This isn't the cease, my baby. It's far the beginning of a brand new chapter. A chapter packed with my wonders, written now not in ink, but in hearth. The fantastic is on its manner now, not due to the fact you chased it, however due to the fact you observed me. And in following me you discovered the whole thing. Now rise. Lift your eyes. The day is breaking, and your light has come. Nations may additionally shake, systems may fall. But you may stand because I have planted you. And that I do not plant something I do not intend to grow. You will flourish inside the courts of your God. You may bear fruit in every season. You will no longer wither. You will now not be forgotten. You are a tree of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that I may be glorified. Don't forget this always, in no way lose hope. By no means prevent trusting. I am the God who component sees, who shuts the mouths of lions, who brings water from rocks and bread from heaven. I'm the God who sees you on your secret place, who knows your every longing, who walks with you inside the hearth and brings you out without the smell of smoke. I cannot fail you. I will no longer abandon you. I never can help you cross. And inside the days in advance when my mild breaks via, whilst the awesome invades your ordinary, recognize that I've no longer most effective heard your prayers, I've responded with extra than you requested, because I am your Father, and I really like you with an eternal love. Now go forward, my infant, not in fear, however in religion. For I am going earlier than you. I stand beside you. I continue to be within you, and this is most effective, the start.